Here we are. Still in the middle of the CG for this part. You can see all the main characters they're fighting, and in the back, you can see a guy with a crab claw as a hand. They're pretty common in Shikoku, apparently. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know how that would happen to somebody. And there are numerous people like that there, so whatever. You can see a nice shot of Ryoma there. One of the few scenes that isn't totally explicit, and I can keep. Oh my god. It's supposed to be a battle scene though. They're all fighting. The caravan is moving through Shikoku. And they're trying to get to the great gate that separates them from Mori territory, and they want to breach it and make their own nation, make their own country thing. That's what they want to do. Yeah, pretty ambitious. And I don't know their ages. I like to think of Mine and Yuzura as probably over 30. Gon, he's an older guy. And Ryoma probably 20 or so. I hadn't thought about any of the characters' ages until I started doing the LP here. It just never occurred to me that that they had ages. I don't know. What the hell? They all explain why they have their deformities or issues when you get them in your army. I won't be doing that, but like I said, Ryoma and Gon were cursed. Yuzura, God, what did he do? His sister was gonna be sold to a brothel, so he poked out his eye or something. And he had to come here, and Mine was mad that her brother had to go there, so she cut off her arm. That's what it was. Yep. And they all take care of each other. They're like a family. Kinda cool. And I actually like Yuzura's sprite. He has one of the coolest sprites in the game, I think, even though I don't use him very often. When you get their character clears, the thing here, this is why they're independently pretty bad units, because if you get Ryoma's character clear and you make Ryoma a woman, she marries Yuzura, and you get an H scene with Rance beforehand, I guess. That's how you get Ryoma's H scene. One of them. And they marry, and they join their units together. You lose Ryoma as a ninja unit, and you just gain a more powerful warrior unit. If you make Ryoma a man, then he marries Mine. And there's their unit. A more powerful warrior unit. That's how it is. They are all fairly decent dungeon officers. You know, they're okay for commander battles. I think they're around level 40. If you're fighting Orochi, level 40 is not going to cut it. You're going to need all the best stuff. And I didn't skip that, my apologies. And they're not going to be good enough for that. God damn it. That's going to happen. It like stacks up. I think you lose 1, and then you lose 2, and then you lose 3. I'm not sure about that. I'm probably wrong. And here's another thing that happens throughout the game. If you have all of a certain group of people, like I have Kento, I have Layla, and I have Maria, they all know each other, they all talk, and you get good medicine. It happens in a scene like this. There are tons of situations where that happens. If you recruit all the members of Takuga, it happens. All of them from Tokugawa, or like some cross family reunions, things like that. There are just lots, a whole bunch throughout the game that appear. This is one of them. It's just them catching up. And this scene obviously wouldn't exist had Maria died, had Kento died, had I never gotten Layla, things like that. And the good medicine is an item that heals all troops by 50% of their health, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think it's 50%. We'll go 50%. And it's not a single unit, it's all of your troops, you know? Everything in the troop window gets healed by 50% of their max. Saves a lot of money. Maybe 33%. I don't fucking remember. We'll see, though. There are several items that heal. That's one of the better ones. Maybe because it's free. I haven't been doing enough dungeons either. That's gonna hurt me later on, probably. Actually, before I do that, I'll release people from the prison. I should have a few in here. And I still didn't recruit Notori. I'm such a dumbass. And I can't recruit her. I need more national power. And I've put off explaining that long enough, I suppose. Remove him. Remove her. Remove that guy. This girl. Keep Notori. And him. Get my happy Pokeroo. And feed them all to Rance. I'm feeding Rance the little acorn men. Yep. There's level 50. That's pretty good. It's higher than he was when I played the game on the first time I got through here. I want to give that to him as well. There's the good medicine. 30%. Okay, cool. Who needs an attack bonus? I may start skipping these portions of the game as well, but I guess you haven't seen it before, so it's not totally irrelevant or anything. I guess Suzume can have it. Ugh. And these here. Look at who needs them. Kento and Suzume will get a good amount of these. And the Jaws screen is one. That I don't know what any of these are. You just give them to them as presents, I guess. That's what it appears to be to me. I mean, I don't know what the fuck else you do with it. And some turn down the road, they'll get their stuff. You haven't seen Dosan-chan in combat either, though you will now. Well, in one of these two fights, hopefully. And again, you want to scout Uesugi, just to be extra careful. No Kenshin, so you want to save Rance, obviously. Cats can go, Dosan-chan, actually, there we go. Whoops. And Maria, and a tactician's good. Kento, hooray. All the Liais's reinforcements. One big happy family. Always go for the archers, they're a pain. They do so much damage. And Kento will get better. And see, if I was actually intelligent, I would have attacked the guard unit with the ninjas, and then attacked the archer with the cannon. You know, it's more of a guarantee. It's safer. I didn't do that. If you're diligent when you're watching, you'll see me mess up like that a lot. I don't know. It's just I don't think it through. You'll see Layla and Dosan-chan. Layla's very unique. She can take hits like a guard unit and deal damage superior to most warriors. She has Night Attack and Royal Guard Charge. The Guard Charge absorbs 2 of her flags, but it does 2 times the damage to enemy units over her size. So that's really good damage, and she can take the hits from the counterattack. Dosan-chan Covert Action, that's another monk ability I forgot to mention previously. I'll show you here. It just gives back a flag to somebody else. Really good in dungeon fights. But that's all that Layla does. Layla also has All Guard. I think it's All Guard, maybe just regular guard. Either way, you can throw her in and alternate between guarding and attacking. That's why this front row is actually acceptable. Senime can guard, Layla can guard, and Abaroka can take the hits. I'll do this a lot. This will be... Eventually, through gameplay, you'll develop an A, B, and C group, you know? You'll have a couple groups of units that you deploy. And one of my groups will feature a front row that doesn't have a powerful guard unit. And that'll be their strong point. And this is what it'll look like. It'll probably be these 3. The back row will change. I don't really have solid groups that go in. I always like to deploy Kenshin and I together, just because it feels right, you know? Oh, Dosan-chan doesn't have Remove Guard. She has Yokai Ward, which does that. It's effective against enemies. I think it has about the same power as Monk Charge. So, if you don't want to take counterattack damage, throw that out there. That's what I do with it. Senime. Still, I deployed her mostly so she wouldn't leave. I mean, I always, when I deploy her, I always think about, oh, better send Senime in so she doesn't leave my army. Every single time. Without a doubt. And Layla can probably kill this. It just melts the troops off of there. Just melts them away. Love it. So yeah, it's actually a strategy to keep Layla's troop size kind of low. If you want to use her as an offensive unit. If you want to be aggressive with her, you can increase it. As a defensive unit, you would increase it. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Good, Kenshin's here. This is their first castle, right? Well, I mean, it'll work, so I'll do it. And this will play every time in the future that you send Rance against Kenshin. So I'll only show it this time, and I may never have an opportunity to see it again. I don't know yet. But their first territory is going with this. It's kind of depressing. I mean, Kenshin just leaves. She just runs away because Rance is here, and oh, that's such a cute picture. She just leaves, and all the villagers are abandoned. You know, Rance just takes the princess and rapes her because Kenshin was too scared. Oh well. It's really sad if she dies and you don't get her in your army or something, because look at that. It's so fucking cute. And here's Rance's reward. It's age, so I'm skipping it. And you usually see this a lot earlier in the game. I mean, in Ashikaga, you see that. Not where I'm at now. I'll defend against the Tenshi sect, or push them out, you know? Get them the hell out of here. And I'm not going to really have enough troops to defend against Hojo or the Tenshi sect, should they attack me. Which is not good, but it's life. And of course, once Uesugi's out of the way, that's one of the three nations gone. My load is much lighter, and I have more freedom. It'll be much easier from that point. It's just this moment right now when I have all three of them against me that it's difficult. Oh god, I gotta skip those text windows. They're so meaningless. And look at this little girl in the back. I don't know if I could fight against that. Like, it's murder. You're just killing her. All the little boys and girls in this game that are commanders, maybe they're just midgets or something, you know? Maybe they're just tiny people. I don't know. And I'll debuff them instead of buffing myself. I don't know which... Oh, Jesus Christ. Like that. If I were smart at all, I would have looked at that, but... Nah. That's just gonna happen. That'll happen a lot. If it were something I cared about, like if it were a diviner, I would have remembered that. But it was a Miko storm, and I really don't care about the Miko storms. So, that stuff will happen. And yeah, I will, now that I have Sato, down at the bottom you can see my cost. My national power cost is 36, and my power is 40. One more national power and I can recruit Natori. I will do that as soon as possible. I can't believe I forget that. I forgot to recruit her. Such an important unit, such a powerful unit. She really is. I'll buff myself. No, I'll remove their buffs. And Fuka gets to go. It helps push, like, even though the Miko Storm is 10% of their total health, it helps push it in my favor. Like, I just killed a ninja. Shit like that. Still not a really prime ability. Nothing you'll be using all the time. Certainly not Fuka's. But you've heard me discuss that with myself and then post it on YouTube. So, you know how it goes. Look at her sprite. Doesn't look like a little kid. Not at all. Oh god, that ninja's gonna keep floating around. I hate fighting them. And that's it.